This is not a new phenomenon. We've come out in the past sort of advising the general public, but it was quite some time back since we last did that. But now we've been detecting another spate, shall we say, of fraudsters, online fraudsters, availing themselves of new methods and innovative methods to search for victims. So in essence, what we want to do is make people constantly aware.
How exactly do these scams work?
These are actually organized criminal networks that dedicate themselves to ripping people off. They apply different concepts. Some are more aggressive than others. The end aim is to extort money out of potential victims, be it by befriending and requesting funds to assist for medical situations, false medical situations, or even trying to engage in a very friendly and relaxed sort of atmosphere and gain the confidence of the victim to then perform potentially even compromising personal acts that puts the victim in a very sort of awkward position to consider obliging to the extortion.
What can people look out for to avoid such scams?
Well, firstly is that to be completely aware that this is happening and not to accept any friend request. For example, this latest spate is on Facebook. Not to accept Facebook friend requests from people that are really unknown to you. The criminal works very quickly and tries to build up his own credibility by latching on as many potential victims and contacts so that you think that just because there are mutual friends in his friends list that they are already sort of legitimate. At the end of the day, there is certainly a really nasty criminal behind that keyboard portraying to be a very friendly and harmless and entertaining person at the end of the other side, but that's not the case.
What can you do if you do fall victim?
If communication has initiated and you've already accepted that friend and there's an element of conversations, whether by text or by live, Skyping or whatever other means, our advice is to stop that communication straight away and not to panic, because as soon as you may feel that you are in a compromised position, the victim is in a compromised position, you inherently and naturally the victim is going to feel upset, embarrassed, worried. Our advice is not to panic, to then discontinue all the communications that they have with that particular person, and certainly not to pay out. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a shortfall on your bank account. But at that point, I must say that international, because this is global, this is not exclusive to Gibraltar, this is a global issue, and law enforcement communities around the world are in touch with each other, and therefore criminals of these type of networks are blacklisted, and so they have difficulties in receiving funds because money transferring organizations are blocking them out. But again, they always look for innovative methods. So that advice is not to pay out, and finally is to sort of report it to us for our notice, to contact the Economic Crime Unit or the CID. Either of the two departments will provide detailed advice on what things to do, because I mean we could be talking here for a long time on little measures that the victim can actually put in place to feel reassured and so as not to fall victim again.